Hey, happy Memorials Day. I always put an S on everything, Memorials. Happy Memorial Day. I don't even have the backlight on. Just want to talk to you guys for a few minutes. Let's see. There we go. Bing. And just talk to you guys what's going on real briefly about the market tomorrow morning. We had this wonderful 3-day weekend. And if you're like me, you will think tomorrow is Wednesday. It always does that to me. Or tomorrow seems like a Friday when there's a Monday holiday. But if you're new to the page, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. My name is Larry Jones, and we are the family known as Stock Up. Almost 600,000 of us. We are Stock Up. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's go here. Let's see what we are going to be looking at in the morning. Stock futures rise as GOP and White House react to tentative U.S. debt ceiling deal live updates. Right? So over the weekend, they came to a compromise on a deal. This deal will last for 2 years as far as the debt ceiling. 2 years, meaning that it will not inhabit the presidential election, right? So we pushed it past the presidential election. So we're talking 2025. So it won't affect the outcome of the election, right? So just like we've been saying, this is very political driven, and there's a lot there's some things that does make sense. The COVID money that was being held hostage will now be released. And you got to read the bill. There's a lot in the bill. I don't want to go into that at this hour, but read into the bill. There's some give and take on both parts, and we will see how things go from there. All right, let's look at where the pre-markets are right now. Right, let's look at the pre-markets. These are the pre-markets, and as you could see, they are green. Okay, they're green. We got the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. As you can see, the pre-markets, the implied open, are green at this hour for all three. Now, it really doesn't mean that much right now, but if it was down by 300 or 400 points, then you could kind of get a signal on what the market is saying, for opening bell. But remember, good people, this is where we closed on Friday. The Dow was up 3.5. Look at that, 300. You could see that a full percent, right? NASDAQ was up 2% on Friday's closing bell. So it was very positive based on this news because there was already signs that they were coming to an agreement. The bill still has to be passed, and we're not out of the woods, but both parties are sounding positive, right? Both parties are sounding like they want to get this deal done because if they don't, it will be political suicide. So that's what I wanted to talk about here real briefly and get you guys on your way for those of you that won't be able to join us on the live in the morning. Also, too, our meet and greet in New York sold out. It went really, really quick. And we're going to see how this goes, and we're going to attempt. It is sponsored. We have a sponsor for it. That sponsor is Moo Moo, and we're trying to get them to sponsor us into coming to more cities. Right? California, we hear you. Texas, we hear you. Chicagoland, we hear you. All of the various cities, we hear you. We want to come. This is something that I put together, and I really wanted the core four to be involved because all of us really, really want to meet and greet you guys. Okay. And lastly, I just want to just say, you guys really, if you don't have a plan by now with everything that's been going on with this market, meaning if you're not simply in the market. Now, here's one of the things I'm going to continue to say over and over and over until we get it. There are apps like Robinhood, Webull, right? I use Webull. And what I have in Webull are reoccurring investments or reoccurring investments into ETFs and stock, right? There are certain things I'm going to buy whether the market is down or up. I'm going to buy VOO. I'm going to buy VTI. And I suggest for those of you that are new to use a platform that allows you to buy fractional shares. Now, I don't know them all, but I do know Fidelity is one of them for those of you that like Fidelity, right? That's where my retirement is in Fidelity, right? And if you're 25 and you're hearing me right now, you should be working on retirement right now, right? And you should be working on retiring before the government gives you permission to retire. Do not plan your retirement to live off of Social Security. That's a joke, okay? And so I'm just going to keep it real with you guys forever and a day. Look, it's Memorial's Day, and I want to challenge you guys to not just take this day to remember our fallen soldiers and remember especially the ones that are serving right now. That right there is my great uncle. Okay, that's my great uncle. Now, he just passed a few years ago. He was almost 100, and he did Normandy. And he was a gunner on the beaches of Normandy. He was a hero, and he was an American hero. The coolest uncle. He's my great uncle, but he was so smooth and so cool. Had a sharp mind until he passed at the age of 97. This is my grandfather who served in the Navy. I bear his name. He served in the Navy. He was a cook in the Navy. And both of them had the same father who was a minister back in Mississippi. And I showed you guys this last year. Both of those gentlemen were on my father's side. This is my mother's side uncle, who was also a cool uncle. He was the first, the clergyman that pray in the army. It'll come to me in a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm full of barbecue, right? And he was the first African American. There was also a write-up in Ebony magazine for him, chaplain. He was the first black chaplain in the Navy to be able to pray for and even baptize white officers. Okay, this was way back in the day. There he is. And so there was a whole write-up. Let me see. There was a whole write-up for him. Sorry, good people. There was a whole write-up for him, and he was one of the first. Okay, and so my whole family is a family of service, and I stand on the shoulders of them, just as you stand on the shoulders of your forefathers. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is, if you see a soldier tomorrow, if you see them at a restaurant, buy their lunch, buy their breakfast, buy their dinner. Say, I appreciate your service, because if it weren't for them, we here in America would not have the freedoms that we have. And we should remain forever grateful. And we should take care of our vets. I don't mind them taking money out of my check to take care of our senior citizens and our vets. It is the least that we could do. All right. I'm going to leave it right there, good people. And didn't get on here to talk much about much of that. I just wanted to bring you a market update and to show you where things are looking. Let's look at the pre-markets one more time. Yeah, we're still looking about the same. Okay. So pre-markets, as we can see, looks pretty decent. Now, if they come out, the White House comes out and says, hey, it's a done deal, both sides. It's a done deal. Both sides said that we have enough support and enough votes to get this bill passed. Then you should see the market actually run up on, or at least be green by Tuesday, right? And then we're back in the hands of the Fed. So for this time period, it's been the debt ceiling that's been weighing heavy on the stock market. Now we're back in the hands of the Fed. All right. We'll see you guys in the morning. Let's see where we're at. We're doing good. All right. On time. We'll see you guys in the morning. I just wanted to be here for a quick 10 minutes. Make sure you check out all the links below. Make sure you check out the class and make sure you check out Webull and Moomoo. And in those two, just make a small deposit of $100 minimum and get the free stock from there. I'm so tired. I got the itis. I'm full of barbecue sauce and all of that. And I'm going to go take care of the itis. For those of you that don't know, the itis is after you eat and you get sleepy. All right. We'll see you guys in the morning. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Love you guys. Peace.